everybody. Christine Bertram coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It is the 21st of November, and we're on the eve of the Deer Hunter Widow weekend here in Wisconsin. Opening weekend of deer hunting is tomorrow, and so I think of this weekend as always being that weekend where the ladies are left to fend for themselves, and they usually find lots of crafting things to do. Tomorrow, Diane teaches this class, the Christmas Tag Stamp Stack. We have it this afternoon for those of you who got to-go kits, but I've always scheduled the Stamp Stack class on this Saturday before Thanksgiving for probably 5 years now, and so the Stamp Stack reminds me of the deer hunting here. So I don't deer hunt. I don't have any in my family that does, but it is a big thing around here, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys for class today. It feels like we were just together yesterday, and we were. Hi, Sue Deppis, and there is Donna Palazzola. Hi, Elizabeth Hutto and Gwen Goda. Hi, Jean Shute and Randy, and there's Sherry Stewart. So it's really weird the way you guys, how it's coming through on my phone. So it has your @ signs, right? So like it's at Sherry Stewart, at Katrina, at Sherry Everett, right? It used to have your names, and so I don't know what happened there, but no, it's making me think harder on a Friday afternoon. Hi, Susan Bellamy. Hi, Connie Moore and Nancy Mole. There's Barbara Godby. Hi, Christina Fullen. All right, there's a bunch of you. Okay. Hi to everybody. We have a great class in store for you. It's called the Christmas Tag Stamp Stack. And for those of you who haven't seen me all week, just know I was live on Monday, and I did a lot of chitter chatter after coming back from backstage. And then on Monday night, I had mystery card night, yay. And we did a little more chitter chatter. And then I was live last night. So if you're looking for an update on stuff and you haven't caught me since then, and this is your first time watching, just know I've gone over everything. So I find it hard to repeat myself over and over when I've got live recordings or recordings. So if you're looking to get information or want to know what's going on in the world, just go ahead and watch maybe the beginning of those classes, even if you didn't do those classes. That will help keep you in the loop and keeping you informed. So I showed off all the classes that I have prepared little by little. There's one card left to design, and I'm planning to do it tomorrow morning, and that's for the Sweet Bundle class. So I'll be rocking and rolling and ready to do a class showcase for you on Tuesday would be my guess. So that's my plan. All right, so yes, so if you're missing any information on anything, you can always go back and catch things. I have about 2.5 hours with you, maybe not quite two, a good 2 hours to get through these cards with you before I have to break away for dinner plans. I get together with the girls from where I used to work 4 years ago, and we get together once every 2 months, and tonight's the night, and they're picking me up at 5:30, and I gotta go put a dress on yet, so I gotta be out of the hot seat at 5 o'clock my time. So I'm not gonna chitter chatter too much, and I want to show you really quick what we're working with today. We're working with the Christmas Tags 6x6 specialty DSP. This pack of paper has been a hot ticket item. Hi, Donna Grushki. Hello. Working and lurking. I like it. I don't know who Spinner 1 is, but I'm glad you're working and lurking. Hi, Karen Wetsign. Hi, Penny Powell. And did you get my tag? Oh, yes. So, Connie, I briefly saw it. Let me just double check what you guys. So, you guys know I have some kittens. They're big kittens. They're adults now for kittens, but we still call them our kittens. Just like your kids are always your kids, right? They're babies. You know, your little babies, but they're 20 years old now. Okay, so that's how our kittens are. They're babies to us. But Bigger Tigger, literally, the 2 seconds before I was ready to sit down in the chair, I took this picture because I had to send it to Diane Bogenhagen. It's like my big boy just completely took up the entire chair, and I pushed him over a little bit to sit down, and he wasn't having it. So yeah, so I was sending that to Diane. But Connie, you sent me a message about, you filled out the SCI form, send me some cards, and I will get them back to you for December. Okay, so yes, that I'll send you some cards, and I did see this. I just didn't have a chance to reply or even open it up, but I did see it. There was a message from you. I will probably get it out in the mail for you on Monday, and then we'll plan for December. I will see once if there's anybody local to me that wants to provide with a recipe card. If they do, I would throw the share a recipe, create a card, inspire others on the class docket for Wednesday of next week. But I got to get somebody local that would want to get me a sample card and the recipe card. So I got to go back and make your text message not read. You guys, there's my trick. When you send me a text message and I haven't responded yet, I have to go back in here and unread it so that it stays bolded. So I've got some text I got to get back to you guys. So, but good question. Did I miss anything else? They kind of rule. Yes, they do, Maria Gilbertson. Is that a setting on your end to change before it starts? New thing. You know, it is a new thing, and it's changed for me once I got back from my backstage trip, Sherry. On Monday is the first time I noticed it. So it wasn't like that before I left for Vegas. So there's definitely something that happened. I don't know what it was, but I'm not certain because like I know who most of you guys are because it's just got the @ sign in front, but it's weird because it has all your numbers now on the back end, which those numbers weren't always there. So I don't know. Hello, Julie Black. And who else do we have here? Cards with Carrie. I think it's Kari. Kari's with us too. Okay, perfect. You guys, the eyes. I need to squint to see down at the little font that's down here. Who else just joined? I think that I saw that. Barbara Godby's here too. Hi, Barbara. I think I missed seeing you earlier on here. Perfect. Okay, so this Christmas tags paper was in for the longest time. And then when the free shipping went on, that first day of free shipping last month was the day that Diane and I decided to get the cards made. And I went to go order the paper at the end once I knew that the cards were done and I knew an idea in my head I was going to, how many to plan for. Hi, Mary Sykes. Hi, Michelle Cinto. It happens on other channels, other videos. Interesting. So the night that I went to go order, it was out of stock. It was in my cart in the morning. I just was afraid to pull the trigger until the cards were designed, right? Because when you're designing, you might think, oh, the creative juices just aren't flowing. Let's use something else, right? So I've learned it's a bad idea to get my class supplies before I have the cards designed. So that night I went to go get them. They were gone and sad face. So I basically kind of put it on a holding pattern, and today's the day for the second shipping that we have. So most all of you have your Stamp-A-Stacks that they're shipping out today. My mom actually just took them to the post office. That's what I worked on for the last 2 hours with my mom. And she said to me at the end, she's like, do you want me to go take them to the post office and UPS? I'm like, please. And she said yes. So it saved me a little time from running to the post office, and mom was amazing. Hi, Laura Sullivan. So I was just looking last night though, you guys. I went to order a couple more packs because I forgot that I owed some people some packs of this because they placed it on their orders and I couldn't order it. So I went to go order a couple extra packs last night, and lo and behold, it's back on low inventory. So I was just gonna do a little quick look here, 165907, just to let you know where we're at, if it's still out there or not. It's unavailable, okay? Oh, I'm so happy I ordered what I needed to order last night. But here's the thing. For anybody that would like to get a pack of this paper and you want to know when it comes back in stock, Stampin' Up! Has this ability now for you to put your email address in here and you'll get a notification as soon as it comes back in stock. So I'm going to put my email in here, and then that's exactly what happens. Christine at cardsbycrispy.com, and then it notifies me. So I'll get an email when it's set. And we don't know what the ETA is on it. So I'm just happy I got what I needed to order last night. And I only needed, I think I only needed like 5. So it wasn't crazy. So that wasn't so bad. All right. It's gone. Maria just said it's gone. Yes, it is gone. So the Memories and More card pack, I have a few people who are getting that from me that don't have it yet. I'm holding them there. It's supposed to come back in around the 30th of November. And as soon as it comes, I'll do a 2-day order and we'll get those shipped out. Everybody previously was able to get a half a pack of the Memories and More from me, which is enough to do the whole class that I provided. And then I'll be able to give the other half a pack to everybody once I place that order to get the new Memories and More. But 2 hot things that went out of stock, right? And Barbara said, I'll put mine in twice. And it was never, you put your mind, I wonder if there was something wrong with the email address. if there was a transposed character, or if there was just something like a space in it, maybe that didn't work. So I would double check it, Barbara, and if you want to try it, I would try it again and put another one in and see, because you'll get an email from Stampin' Up as soon as you do that. So what happens is you'll get an email that looks like this. It says back in stock, sign up confirmation, you're on the list, Christmas tags and more. And then I will save this in my draft status, so I remember why I put that I need to get it. So, all right, so these are what we're working with. So for people that got my DSP sampler, we have a page in here called Christmas Tags and More. These are the colors. I glued that crooked, I see that. So it's a different kind of pack. It's 6x6, and it's not where you get 4 of every one. It's actually where you get 8 of every one. So it's kind of similar to a regular pack, but I already have these cut in half here. so we accidentally cut these in half the other day. So you have 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So there's 8 sheets, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 different prints, sides, 2-sided, and then there's 4 die cuts here. I've used that service and had good luck. Works like a charm, Debbie said. I 110% agree. I've never had a problem with it. I put my email address in, I get the confirmation. So that's why I'm wondering, Barbara, if it's something to do with the email address you put in. So you get these 2 die cut sheets, and there's 2 of each sheet, right? So Diane Bogenhagen and I designed this class together, and I set some challenges when we designed together, whoever I design with. The challenge for this one is, I like for Memories and More and for Stamp Attacks, I like to design with half of the pack of the cards, like the designer paper or like the Memories and More pack, and that leaves half of it still there for you to do whatever you want with it. If you want to duplicate the class, you could always cut more cardstock and do more die cuts of any focal image, or not focal images, but any foliages or whatever it might do, or any embossed pieces. You would just double it and you would be able to make a whole second set. So if you guys think about that, hello everyone, sneak peeking while at work, sounds good. So what I want to do is I want to divide my pack in half, and then if this is something where you think you want to double the cards, you could potentially prepare another pack like this right off the bat, and you'd be able to make not only 16 cards, but 32 cards. Now, I did have a little hiccup with doing math. When we designed 7 styles of cards, so 7 different layouts per se, and we did 2 of each layout, except for 1, right? And 1 card, we made 4 of the same one. And so when I was figuring out envelopes for people, so those who are on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, they had the option of getting a packet that looked like this. This is what they bought. They got no envelopes, they got no DSP, they didn't get the ribbon from me, and they didn't get the gems because they are buying that from themselves. Now, if you aren't on my team, you had the option of buying the whole shebang. And so the card pack, the DSP, the ribbon, the embellishments, and then there are envelopes. So where the math came in, where it was struggling for me, is I did 7 times 2, because there were 7 designs times 2 layouts is 14. So when my mom was here kidding with me that day, and some of the other ladies were here that day, my mom said, how many envelopes do you need? I said, well, 7 times 2 is 14. Boom, done. Okay, so it was Monday night, and I thought to myself, oh, shoot, there's 16 cards in there, because it's 6 times 2 plus 4, which is 16. So what that means is I was able, because I didn't have the Christmas tags paper here, most of you did not have your kits shipped out. What I did is I started to put 2 envelopes in each of the packs, and I thought to myself, no, I don't have time to stuff 2 envelopes in 40 packs. So it took me like a minute to do each one. I'm like, I don't have time to do this. So what I did, and I wrote this in the email to everybody because I sent the PDF tutorial around midnight last night, I put in there that the people that had their packages shipped to them early. So I had a few people that said to me, Chris, I'm getting the full thing from you, but I don't need the Christmas Tags Memory More pack right now because I have one. I was able to buy one, I bought the class from you so I can use my paper pack, the DSP pack, and then when yours comes in, just mail it to me in December, right? So that I had a few people that I could do that for. So those are the people that I mailed out your packets like this with only 14 envelopes, and I have a list of you, so I know who I owe 2 envelopes to. But everybody else pretty much has their 2 envelopes, and what I did is I just stuffed them in between like your diamonds and here. So just know that those 2 envelopes, when you get your package, they're gonna be sandwiched in between. Now, for my team, I didn't have to worry about that because you guys are supplying or providing your own envelopes, okay? So just a little hiccup on doing math in my head. Like math on the fly can sometimes be hard, especially when you're not thinking clearly. Hello, Katrina. All right, so, and there's Diane Bogenhagen. Hello, Diane. And, okay, so let's flip down here. So the first thing I want you guys to do is I want you to divide. So most of you don't have this yet, but for those of you who do, as soon as you're watching, you got to divide this in half. We only used one of these sheets and one of these sheets, right? So I'm going to take those and put 2 back in here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But we only need to have 2 of them like this, and the other 2 we're going to be using the green plaid. So these 4, tuck them away for a rainy day. Put them in your pile over here. On this one, same thing. You guys are going to want to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, and put 4 away on the other side. And on this one, we used all of them like this. And then we have the ornaments. There's 8. You need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we used all of the ornaments. On the plaid one here, you'll have 8. So count out 4 and put 4 away. So for this specific class, you only need half the pack. The other half, put away, unless you're making a second set right off the bat, right? If you're going to plan that out and do a second set right off the bat, what you're going to want to do is before you get crazy putting this all over the place and planning things out, you're going to want to cut more bases, more mats, and double this up, double stack this so that you have it ready to go. I'm gonna set this off to the side. We don't need it at the moment. Let's see, we're gonna work with the PDF tutorial. So let me pull that up on my phone. I emailed it out to everybody around midnight last night, and I wanna go in order because the top card is the one that we're going to start with, and we're going to cut our paper, inner sort it, and then we'll make one of each card is my plan. Oh, speaking of the last night. So you guys, if you watched my live last night, I was talking about the cloud cover ink pad, and I said that I was surprised how long it's been out for, and Kathleen Ketterman said that she looked for it and it wasn't available. So she apologizes. She said she was incorrect and gave us bad information. What happens is, as a customer, she was logged in on the customer side, not on the demonstrator side. And on the customer side, you cannot see the cloud cover ink pad because it was never made available to customers. For demonstrators, the only way you can see it is when you log in as a demonstrator and you're not on the customer side. And so what happened is she looked on the customer side and didn't see it. So it is still there, okay? It's still on last chance, and it's still available for anybody who wants to get a cloud cover ink pad. So I just wanted to make sure you guys got the information corrected now. So, all right, so we're gonna find this tutorial right here. And way down here, we're gonna open this up. And the first card is going to be the ornaments card, okay? So what you're gonna do when you open this up, hello, Chris Niebaum. Oh, and speaking of which, I forgot to do roll call, you guys. Let's do roll call. I have 4 left of this class. So if anybody's looking to get in on this class, I do have 4 available, and it's ready, rocking and roll. I could mail it out on Monday. Not today. I'm done for today with mailing. But I want to give a big shout out to everybody who registered to take this class with me by buying the class. Or, yeah, everybody bought the class. It wasn't offered free with a purchase. So you either are on my team and you paid team pricing, or you paid the whole shebang pricing. So and if I don't call your name, and you think you signed up, or you would like to be signed up and you don't hear your name, just reach out to me. I will make sure that you guys get the class before anybody else. So it's your window of opportunity to let me know within the next 24 or so hours if you would like the class and you thought you signed up, and you could forward the email to me, or however you think you registered. Or if you want it, what I'll do is I'll add you, and I'll make sure I didn't miss somebody. And also the other sad thing is that, it's not sad, but all these shipped out today. And the sad thing is that the UPS and the USPS don't always get you your packages. And I want to cry when that happens. And that's happened to a couple ladies in the last 6 months. So I do want to make sure that everybody, so I shouldn't say it's a sad thing. It's, we're waiting in the waiting period right now to make sure everybody gets their packages. So if I'll take names, and if it comes down to I'll take your name, and if I have some left, then yes, I would definitely accommodate. But if I need to save one to ship out to somebody because their mailman lost their package, then I gotta service that customer first. So, okay. And Sue Spigner. Okay, so Sue, you're the first person. Hi, Mitzi Stanley. I'll add your name, Sue, and we'll play it by ear, right? And what I'll probably say at this point is, let's see the showcase. I'm doing the showcase next week. So you might decide you want some stuff from December as well, and you might want to ship all together, or let's just give it till at least next week. But I do have your name on the list too, okay? All right, perfect. So thank you to everybody who signed up to take this class with me. I truly appreciate your support of my small, crazy business. So, all right, first on our list, she signed up so long ago. Oh my gosh, like I'd have to say back in the beginning of the summer. Susie Ventilator. And then we have Annette Rollin, Sandy Coy Emery, Pat Rowell, Donna Rose, Julie Bontranger, Karen Woods, Barbara Godby, Katie Lambert, Trisha Fagley, Michelle Foreign, Patsy Roberts, and both Michelle and Patsy, yours have not shipped yet because you are getting a sweet share from me, and I need to pull the sweet shares together, and I was planning to do that by Monday. All right, so just hold tight on your guys's. Kate Race, Maria Gilbertson, Donna Grushke, Wanda Zerman, Andy Acquisto. Hang on, and before you guys all start saying here, I saw that Chris Niebaum would want one too. So Chris Niebaum, I'll write your name when I get to the end. All right, last person I had was Andy Acquisto, and then Kelly Gibson, Feline Mays. Oh, so speaking of Kelly Gibson, you guys, you want to hear her story? I ship a lot of my packages in Stampin' Up boxes, so I can bamboozle all of you from time to time when you get a Stampin' Up box, and it's from me. The difference is I put a buzzing by with Happy Mail sticker on it, but my Stampin' Up box that I sent to Kelly Gibson for October took a detour. Somehow the label came off of it, and the box, because it was branded with Stampin' Up on it, it went to Stampin' Up headquarters, and Nina called me because she opened up the box and she's like, what's all in here? And she sees all of these golden tickets from the classes that Kelly got for me. And she's like, what's going on? She's like, are you missing a box? I'm like, yeah, I'm actually missing 2 boxes, yours and Judy Dean's, or Kelly's and Judy Dean's. And so she had Kelly's. And so Stampin' Up was able to ship the box to Kelly for me. And Kelly's now going to get her October shipment next Tuesday. Oh, thank goodness. I am so happy. Kelly, the minute you get that box, I want to know. So it's like a whoosh, because there was a lot of stuff in there. All right. So Kelly Gibson, Feline Mays, Catherine Healy, Doris Munson, Laura Sullivan, Margene Eskelson, Mary Lemke, Betty Pyle, Jennifer Jones, Carmen Sanders, Sherry Stewart, Cheryl Thomas, Cindy Runtree, Debbie Gast, Elizabeth Hutto, Kathy Showalter, Mary Novak, Sherry Everett, Stacy Tan, Nancy Noyson, Debbie Stone, Elaine Rebeck, Pat Shee Bischoff, Becky Gandolfo, Chris Robinson, Mimi Howenstein, Jean Shute, Carrie White, Linda Hodge, Sue Spigner, and Crystal Niebaum. So Chris, I'm adding your name on here. Again, we will touch base next week as I know more once shipments leave and if everybody gets theirs. Rosie Prouty, hello. Rosie, I need to connect with you. I have a box here, a huge box, and I think just in a nutshell, I wanted just to double check with you. You wanted a Memories and More class, and you wanted a Peaceful Garden class from last night, and that I can ship that in your raffle box that you won, and is there anything else? That's what I just wanted to confirm. Hi, Sherry Martin. All right, so a bunch of you gals are here already. So yeah, so I was gonna call you, Rosie. I set the box off to the side. I didn't have time to call you before class right now, but that's what I was just looking for confirmation that it's just the shipping of your raffle prize, the Memories and More class, and the Peaceful Garden. Okay, so, all right, boom, we got through that. So here's what we're gonna do. Did you miss your name? I don't know. I think so. I don't remember hearing it, Laura. Like, I'm just going off the top of my head. I don't remember hearing it. I don't remember saying it. I don't know. So Laura Sullivan, before we determine if I missed your name or not, can you go back and look at your November registration form that I sent and just confirm that you had this class on your list? That would be awesome. So you guys, when you pull the cellophane out, or I'm sorry, when you pull the paper out of the cellophane, please keep it horizontal, right? Do not like open it up like this. You will be sad and unhappy with yourself if you put all this disorder into my order. I try to make this class as seamless for you guys as possible. So make sure you keep it horizontal, right? And be careful with the sticky stuff here. You might just flip that down for now. And keeping it horizontal is an important thing because what's going to happen, we're going to cut paper, merge it with your pile, and then we're going to make some cards. So this is your golden ticket. You got a package? Okay. Well, that would explain this then. Look at this. I have a question mark right here because I only have 2 left and I don't know. Laura, you're my question mark. I bet I have all these question marks on the back end of why I'm short classes. Each, I bet you got the monthly class, the sweet bundle class, you got Let's Just Stamp, the Stamp-A-Stack, and I wonder if you got Memories and More. Oh my goodness, you would solve my question mark question. So, well, I'll have to look into that. So if you got your package, that is exactly maybe what happened, all right? So mysteries always have find a way of getting solved. Okay, so we're working on this card first, all right? So we need to cut the designer paper, and we're doing 4 of this one, not 2. So come over yonder here and grab that ornament one. It's the one that has this weird crumb cakey thing on the side, right? So, all right. Oh, and I grabbed an extra. So what's the deal with this? When you look at this card, hello, Benita. When you look at this card, it looks like this, right? So I just got to let you know that we need to cut nothing off the left side, right? So, because that is exactly what we need, right? We do need to cut a little off the top, we need to cut a little off the bottom, and we need to figure out where to cut it here. But knowing that we don't need to cut anything off the left, and the width is 3 13/16, let's cut that right off the bat. And we're gonna go like this, so 3 13/16, right? So don't worry about that, you didn't need it. And see here, that's exactly what we needed. Okay, but we're gonna do that 3 more times because this is the one that we have. So Laura Sullivan, if that is the case, I'm wrapping, like I'm internally processing, like how did I mail all your kits to you if I never wrote you down in my book? I wonder if I took my phone and took your list and grabbed everything and then didn't write it down. So yeah, we'll have to see. So these, you guys, these are going to be saved for a future card. So hang tight with those. All right, then we need to cut a little off the top. The question is how much? So I'm going to just line this up right here. I'm going to put my ruler here and I'm going to guess about 1/2 inch. More or less 1/2 inch. It's a hair less than 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch isn't going to make or break. So we're going to now cut 1/2 inch off the top. It's a hair less than that, right? So I'll go like that. So a little here. We're just going to give it a haircut. A small little haircut. That. Hello, Marlene from Alberta, Canada. And this one right here. Okay, so now we've got the top. But now we need our height. You guys, you can do whatever you want with these. Like, I'm going to just file them into the trash can. So I don't have to think about them later. But if you know somebody that likes little scraps, definitely give them to them. So now we just need to cut the bottom, right? So that's 5 1/16. So here's, what are you using to make the cards? The Christmas Tags Designer Series paper pack. Again, you guys, whatever you want to do with those. But this is 5 1/16. Oops, that's the scoring one. So we're getting them now to the height that we want. 5 1/16 and 5 1/16. So all the same, all 4. Oops, I keep grabbing the scoring thing. So that's perfect, right? So this top card that we're doing, we're making 4 of them. So right, this is the card. And now when you have your pile here, right, that underneath your golden ticket, this is the supplies for this card. So you have your white mats, you'll have your strips for the sentiments, you have your 4 red mats. Now you've just cut your designer paper, and what we can do is now set this off to the side with this card. And we'll come back after we're done cutting all the paper. We will go ahead and make one, okay? The other thing though, as long as we're here, let's look at what we've got on the insides, right? So this is important because we used a lot of the die cut pieces, more for the focal images on the insides. So this one got used, and nothing more at this time. Perfect. Okay, I will put that all together. So when we use the bell, so this bell got used on one of the insides, all right? And then another inside, we use those little dudes. And then a red candy cane and a green and red candy cane. So I'm gonna grab this thing, and then this one right here, it was the green and red candy cane and a red candy cane. It was red. Okay, so for those of you who are not certain about what you want to do on your insides, you could always switch it all up, right? So we got 4 different insides on that. So I'm just going to set all 4 of those cards. And now I'm going to grab everything from the bases and maybe make some piles, right? So I'm just going to set that off to the side. Ooh, let's grab that guy, put you with your cards. So that is the first one in the tutorial, right? So the top card, hi Mary Lemke, hi Yvonne. The first card was the number 1 in the tutorial. The number 2 in the tutorial is going to be the plaid one with a Christmas tree. So that plaid one with the Christmas tree looks like this. Okay, so you're gonna make 2 of this. And so what happens is we need the trees, and then we also need what's on the inside. Oh, there's just designer paper, and a designer paper and the mistletoe thing. So I might just go grab the mistletoe thing. Blends right in. So that little dude right there. Okay. And then we need the plaid paper, but only 2 pieces for us for now. So let's cut this. So what's going to happen is it's the magical number 3 13/16 by 5 1/16. So we're going to cut the 3 13/16 first. I'm going to take both pieces at the same time. I think it's okay on my cutter here. So 3 13/16, right? Now, for those of you who like to decorate your envelope flaps, this is perfect for it, okay? So I am going to leave that over here. And then we're going to switch it to 5 1/16 on the long edge, okay? And then these are the 2 pieces that we put on here. So you said I got 2 red candy canes. I don't think I did. Oh, I think you're right. Hang on. Huh. No, this is what I got. This one has green with it. I grabbed these 2. So this one has red and green, and this one has, oh, I grabbed 2 that are facing the same way. Hang on. You want to grab 2 that are opposites, right? So we'll go back over here and grab this guy, because he can go, so these now go opposite, right? So good call, thanks. I would have found out later when I was putting that they were both facing. You want your candy canes to be crisscross applesauce like this, okay? Good job, thank you. Appreciate that. So we're gonna leave that candy cane with that guy. All right, so now you've got your 2 mats that will go on the top. You've got 2 insides and 2 envelope flaps. And that's what we've got for this one. Besides these things. Okay, so let's talk about those. That is that really cool page on the top that has these things on it. So the page looked like something like that. And all we did is cut them off. You have to be so careful. Like there's not a lot, there's no buffer. So basically if you don't cut exactly right down the middle, you're gonna end up with green on the red or red on the green, and that's not so cool. So I'm gonna make sure I cut it good on the top, and it is. So then here, I think what I'm gonna do is cut it just so on the candy canes, Oh man, it was so close. You can kind of see it there. But yeah, if you go to try to get that off of there now though, it's so close to the edge, you're just gonna fray the paper. So I'm just gonna use my sand eraser and try to get some of the red color off. That's what I was trying not to do. All right, so on this one now, you shouldn't see any green. So let's see what we do here. I'm gonna move it over a little bit so that I'm cutting off. Okay, that's what more I wanted. I wanted just enough that I could not leave a fuzzy edge when I cut this side off. There. So this is like the buffer that you don't really have, right? All right, you guys, I'm getting hot. Hang on, I gotta take off my sweatshirt. Oh man. Normally when I'm in here by myself, I'm freezing, but not today. All right. Okay. So that little bit needs to come off. All right, so you've got these ready to go for the next card, or the next ones. Well, we need the tree. Then on this one, let's cut right on the inside of the white, right? So then there's nothing over there. That's good. But now I've got this edge on there that just needs to get trimmed off. You can't really, oh, you know what? I have an idea. If you use a guillotine, I wonder if it'll, there, that's perfect. Then you don't have to really worry about that frayed edge. Okay, but now here, oh yeah, okay, so that was good. So we've got these cut up. Let's just go for the gold here and get all these cut right off the bat. So let's see. Okay, so it left a little bit of red on there, so I gotta touch him up. And this left a little bit of green. So I'm gonna flip this over. This is like the most painful thing about all of this, is just trimming these little these little rectangles to get that little fine hairs off of there. Okay, so we got these done, and now there's just 3 more to do. Then we've got them done for all of the cards. Okay, the only thing is this, you can see this whole edge needs to get trimmed off because it's got the top one on it. Right, so that needed to get gone. Flipper still skin it this way. That's good. That one looks all right to me. And then over here, that looks good. And then this one needs the edge trimmed off. If you use this kind of a cutter, you're gonna end up creating problems because it's gonna just fray the paper and not be happy. All right, so for this card that we were talking just now, we need to have the 2 trees. So this goes there, that goes there. I must have lost a candy cane right there. Okay, so on this card, the trees are done now. So I'm gonna put these 2 cards with the red bases here. And now this one is the second card. I'm going to just continue putting it right underneath the pile that I have to my left. Good. Hopefully this is all making sense for everybody. We're trying to put a little bit of order into it, and then we'll go crazy. So number 3 is this card right here that has the candy canes. This one is the guy that has this crumb cake polka dotty thing. So we're gonna need the 2 candy canes here. And then our insides are that candy cane and the other candy canes with a green bow. So that would mean do that one, and then that little green bow got used. They're all falling out, so I'm just gonna pull them. All right, and then that guy is for an inside. And once you start, you can't stop. I just had to do it. Okay. There, that one's done. So for these guys, though, you're going to want to cut off that little edge on there. It doesn't matter if you cut off a little bit of it. This all basically goes underneath there. So let's just, and I'm not measuring, I'm just lining it up and cutting off this side action. which is left over. Hello, Jamie Kirkpatrick. And here's this last one. But now the height isn't correct. So what happens is you're going to want to go here and get these pieces. Now, these started off at 5 1/4, but when you emboss, it slightly shrinks them. So I'm just going to put this in here and double check to see. It's a hair under 5 1/4. So what I would suggest doing is lining this up on here. And I think just so I get it exact, I'm going to line up my bottom piece here, put it right on here. And you know what would make sense? It would make sense to do both at the same time, right? Make sure you're flush on that side. I'm going to put this in here right there. So these little two ends, you can do whatever you want with them, but now I'm going to keep this together as one set, and then I'm going to grab this other set with the other embossed mat. Okay, make sure you're nice and flush on the bottom. There you go. So I'm going to keep this set together because they should be the same height, right? So I'm just going to crisscross them like that. Okay, so we grabbed our innards and we're good there. So now just grab this, the two red card bases, and you can just put that right underneath that pile. We're just building the pile. So the next card would be number 4, and it's the gatefold with the plaid. So that's this guy right here. Okay. So that has the little Christmas tree. So they're 2 different cards. So you have the wreath with a bow. So you're going to need the wreath, the tree, a bow that looks like that. And then I have a red present and a crumb cake present. So here's the little crumb cake one. And then there's a little baby red present, right? So they're the same layout, but just 2 different patterns because we didn't have double the die cuts to use, right? So you found your copy of my registration. I forwarded it back to you. Perfect. Okay, so I will double check that, Laura, but I had questions on 4 or 5 classes, and so I betcha I mailed your class without writing your name into. So you probably haven't been getting any of the PDF tutorials from me because it's based off of that. Okay, so we've got inside like that, inside like that, and let's just set these over. So they're 5 1/4 tall by 1 7/8 wide. So we're gonna grab that paper, the green gingham one, which this is gonna be hard for you guys. You might not want to cut this. If you don't want to cut these and you want to save these, you could always go into your stockpile of designer paper and pull a different garden green print. But 1 7/8 and 1 7/8 is 3 3/4. Right? I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm going to cut these at 3 3/4. Right? These could be your envelope flaps, right? And then what you can do now is, oh man, it's not gonna work to do this thing. But now you could flip this over and you need 5 1/4 tall. These could be used for your insides. And then now you need 1 7/8. So you can just go to 1 7/8, right? And now you have the 2 panels that are 1 7/8 and then 1 7/8. So this will go for one card and this will go for the other card. The top one is the left, right? So that should be everything that we need to put this one together. So grab from the red here and then put that at the bottom of the pile. And we're keeping them in order then is what's happening. Okay, so then the next card. Oh, Laura, I wanted to look at your email so bad. So the next card is number 5. It's the one with the stocking. So it's this one right here. So you're going to need to grab your stockings here, right? Oh, I lost my tree. He needed to go back over here. So you got your stocking. The inside is a green stocking and also a red stocking. All right, so let's go to the pile here, or over here. Must be over here. There's the green stocking. The red one might be on here. Perfect. Okay, so the red stocking's on the other sheet, which I haven't popped everything out. Okay, so those are the insides. So you could be strategic with your paper. If you want to be frugal or conservative, you could, this is a 2 inches, so you could cut a 2 inch by 3 13/16. I did use a full mat, okay? I'm okay with that. But if you want to practice being a paper conservationist, what you're going to do is grab 2 sheets. And I don't know if there's really a top and a bottom to this, but it's 3 13/16 wide. And you could do 2, so 1 here and 1 here. And then you could do, so just using 1 piece, you could do 3 13/16, right? And you could do 2 inches, and then, right? So this could be the bottom. And then 2 inches, and this could be the top, and then now you've got the other card, and then you could use this for, so you've got all your pieces here, right? So if you look at the card, you could glue 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom, and then this is for the second card. Now you've got 1 piece left, and what I did is I wanted to do a strip at the bottom, and also you could do your envelope flap if you want to, right? So for those of you who are not particularly fond of always putting a strip at the bottom and you're happy with the sock, you could technically not use this last piece and you could save it for making a different card. And I think we could do that. But if you want to, just know that you could cut 2 inches and 2 inches for your envelope flaps, and then you'd have still enough too if you want to copy that exactly. That's just a 1 inch by, let's say, 3 13/16, right? So I might just save this piece, right? Why not? Why cut it if I don't have to? Okay, so then grab those from the green down or up, and then put that underneath your pile here. Then we're going to look at the next card. It is the gatefold with the plaid, right? This one right here. All right, so you're gonna need on this one, these 2 green holly, these holly pieces. You're going to need that holly or mistletoe. No, poinsettia, poinsettia. Okay, so you're gonna need this poinsettia leaf thing. You're gonna need that one, and then this one. So these are the 2 pieces for the inside. Okay, and then I don't know if I need all these, but I'm just gonna pop them out now. It's time. We'll need that soon. All right, so that should be done. Okay, but now we need to cut the plaid, and the plaid is on the inside and the outside, and we have enough for the envelope. So there's not we can't do what we just did like on the last card, so we're just gonna go for it here. So grab these 2 pieces, and what these are 4 inches tall by 2.5. So I'm going to cut it at 4, right? So when I cut it at 4, like this, it leaves 2 inches for your envelope flaps. And then I need it at, this is 2.5, so I'm going to go to 5, because 2.5 and 2.5 is 5. So I'm going to go to 5. Then this becomes my inside pieces. And then now I need 2.5. So 2.5 is right there. And so these are the 2 panels that go in the front, right? So I'm gonna do the left one on the top, left one on the top. So I remember that, and then I'm just gonna put them like that. So the holly was the first one, and then we have the bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word for the other one. And that should be everything we need for that one. And then, to be careful here, so I almost grabbed from here the green on the bottom, but this one, it is the skinnier red mats, bases. So that's gonna go underneath. And then there was the last one, which looks like this. So this one is the one that has these ornaments like that. And on the inside, I've got those 2 ornaments on the one. And then I've got that one. It's so cool that that one matches that ornament. So I'm so excited about that. All right, so that. Now, we got to cut a little paper yet. Oh, you guys, I forgot something. I'll have to come back and tell you this. I forgot to do those. Okay, so that leaves all these things. So this is what's left that you could do whatever you want with. We didn't know what to do with it. So we did think that you could make a really pretty card with these 2 ornaments, right? I could see that happening, right? Having those guys. You've got some of these, you've got a couple presents left that you could put underneath the tree. And you also have some of these rectangle bannery pieces. Hi, Nancy Sue Valencia. You were watching Jenna make cards. Yay, awesome. All right, so you guys, these are extra, as is my piece here that I didn't use before, right? So that's extra scrapyard pile, right? Then this one is 3 13/16 by 5 1/16. So we'll do the 3 13/16 first. Put those together. So we'll do, and this is what you could have done on the other one too. So 3 13/16. This leaves for your envelope flap if you want it. And then 5 1/16, which leaves the bit for the inside. Right, so if you look at the inside, we probably use that along the bottom. Okay, so that's everything for that one. So what was left? Oh man, you guys, this was left, okay? So that one, let's put your pile together. If you're wondering, not 1, not 2, not 3, but the 4th card, it was this mat that goes back there. So it was the 4th card down that needs to get those 2 pieces. Wonderful. All right, so we've got a hot mess going on here. Not really. We would have a hot mess if you drop the pile, right? But all of this like this, keep it horizontal always. And it should all be in order. Organized chaos, right? So that when you're ready to start working on assembling your cards and stamping, now you've got it ready to go. It's like, that is amazing. To have that organization should make everybody hopefully feel good once they get through that part. Okay. Oh, Mitzi, you wish you had gotten it too. Well, I have some left, you guys. I have 2 open spots unless somebody messaged me. I guess I'll have to see if somebody messaged me. But I have 2 of them available that I know of. So, and again, it comes down to making sure everybody got their shipments. Okay, so what's first? Let's grab the one that's first here. Now, what time is it? 3:27. So I'm going to make, I think just for the sake of time, you guys don't need to see me make all 4 of this one. I'm going to make just the one. And if it were, if this were me for you guys at home, I would definitely, I was just thinking, where do I have my stamps? I would definitely do all the things at the same time. Right? So I need Celebrate the Season. And then I've got May the Spirit of the Season Bring You Hopes. Okay, so that one comes from Jolly Holly, May the Spirit. Okay, and I've got a block here. And we had class last night where we used the Celebrate the Season. So that's over here in a tub. Okay. Well, that was good. I got to stand up and stretch my back. So, wow, that ink pad, can you see the difference? It's really light in the middle. I don't know if you can even see that. Okay, it's loved. So grab your 4 strips. And what I did is I liked it coming over from the right versus the left. But again, you guys can switch it around if you want. You could always have Celebrate the Season coming from here and then angle it that way. Curious what that would look like. So we were going to do that. You'd angle it here and you could put the ribbon there. Oh, let me just show you one just to see what it looks like, right? We'll switch it up for you guys and just, I'll do one with it on the left like this. Okay, and then we'll do, I do like that setup. So let's do, so on this one, I'm stamping it more to the right. Thanks, Marlene. All right, and then I guess what I'll do is I'll do 2 and 2. Why not? Okay, and then like that. Okay, so that Celebrate the Season is from Delicate Pines. And then on the inside, I've got May the Spirit, but it's closer to the left. This one is in the center. Oh, hello, big boy. This one is in the center, and this one is to the left. So just being observant of that. Are you going to jump up here, buddy? I don't know. I see you looking at me, eyeing me like candy. Mom, no, I'm not. I just want love. Well, I moved my ink pad in case you come in and dive bomb me, buddy. So there were 2 that I did in the center, like that. And then I've got 2 that were more to the left. Oh, you're such a yawner, buddy. Okay, so then 2 were to the left a little because we had some stuff hanging down on the right-hand side. So we'll go like that. So I think that's good for stamping. So I believe that everything, what do you want? You want to jump up here. I know it. I can see it in your eyes. Handsome kitten. All right. Yes, I knew you were going to jump in as soon as I stopped looking. You want to sleep on the chair. I know it. You want your blankie. Okay, I know, buddy. Oh, my goodness. How am I supposed to be? You're so what is it? You're so irresistible. How am I supposed to resist you? Should we put your blankie on the floor? Here, buddy. I know you want to make cookie dough. Come on, buddy. Come on, big boy. Come on. Mom, don't push me. I can do it by myself. Okay, well, you're going to knock everything down in the process. Oh, man, here he goes. Yep, there he goes. Oh, yeah. Okay, he found his blankie. All right, so let's move these things. You guys, I said I'm not going to do all 4, but here's the deal. If you're going to open the glue bottle one time, you might as well glue all 4 things, right? So you've got your 4 mats here. Now, for those who like a little bit bigger of a red margin on the background here, if you trimmed off a hair more on 2 of the sides, you would see more red, right? I like this size of a margin, but you could have always cut off a little bit more off the bottom and that left side, I'm guessing. And then here's this one. So this designer series paper does a lot of the work for you. It really makes you look creative because it's so pretty. So those are good. Then you have these 4 bases. You could take and just fold them all in half and then go like that and kind of go like that. And then now is the trick to make sure your corners are lined up really good. And then this is garden green, a lot of garden green and cherry cobbler here. Perfect. Okay, so those are good to go. Then what you can do is grab these guys, and I don't know, for some reason in my head, I thought, well, it'll be really easy to make these 4 cards. Then they're done, right? There's no ribbon that goes behind these layers, so you can go ahead and put them down. And then the thing with these cards, we didn't know what gems to use. We really wanted to use the Holly Berry gems, and they've been around for a while, maybe a good 1.5 years or 2 years. And like 3 days before we designed the cards, we thought to ourselves, oh, those will make really good. They will be really good. And I'm going to, so this doesn't happen very often, but I am noticing on my card here, there's a little bit lower margin here than up here, just a little bit. And it must have cut it on the on the cutter just a hair slightly crooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my inside, and I'm going to use this then as my top, so that the inside one, you won't necessarily see it from the front that it's off a little bit. So let's glue that here. And now I'm just going to leave this open so I don't get glue all over. And then this one. So somebody who has the opposite of that base is going to have a little bit longer of one. So, all right, let's go ahead and glue these guys. So there's the 4 white insides. He's down there going to town. So the 3 days before, we had made a decision that, well, I think we're going to use these holly berries on these cards. It was like clear with and red. Some were 3 berries together and some were just singles. And we went to go order them and they were gone. So then we didn't know what to use for the embellishments. And I think it was Karen Wetstein who said to us, you should use the diamonds. I put a little homework assignment her way. and then what's really cool about these rhinestones is you can color them. You can color them with your blends, and then they become whatever color you want. And it was awesome using, you want to use a dark cherry cobbler blend, because then that makes them look like a really nice red. And then in this case, we put the rhinestones at the top of each of the ornaments. So Diane, I don't know if you're still watching, but you got to put gems on all your cards yet. I don't know if you knew you haven't done that yet. So, all right, so we've got our insides glued in and our outsides. And so with this, we've got the red gems at the top, and then we put, so those are the small ones, and then we put a medium and a large one there. All right, so for this, I'm going to do 2 going one way, and I'm going to do 2 going the other way, just to show you the difference. Queen of assembly efficiency, you know it. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 that way. And I think the reason I liked it that way is because the C had this curve to it, where then on this side, it didn't, but that's going to come out like that. So we'll see what you like better. If I do them both, then you can see. All right, so on this one, you're going to need about 5 inches of ribbon. And you need 2 of them. So we've got up to the 7. So we're going to do right up here, actually. Something, maybe a good 5 inches. And to use the ribbon as it is it's kind of thick. So I like and don't mind taking ribbon and cutting it in half like this to make it look thinner. You have to be careful that you don't get, you gotta use a ribbon scissors. You don't want the janky, weird edges. So there's something going on with my scissors where it catches at a certain spot and I gotta back up and re-grab it from a different area. Yes, it was Karen who said that. Yep, it was during our monthly class, or you were here for a class, and I put you on it. I said, I don't have time to think. Can you tell me what to use? And she did. All right, so we're just gonna cut those in half, and then you're gonna grab your tearing tapes. Now the 2 that are like this, you want that ribbon to be a little bit closer to the right. So we're gonna do 2 weighting in the wings, like that. So this ribbon is shiny and like prettier on one side and dull on the other side. So I was able to manipulate my ribbon so that I had the shiny side up the whole time. It's a lot of work. It's a pain in the butt. It's doable. But what I did is, so you start like this, and then you have to bring it back. You can't avoid it on the Humpty Hump area here. But if you want this to be shiny on this side and the pretty side, you have to go back here and you have to twist this like that, right? And then bring it up and then bring it back down and twist it. Now that's a lot of work. So I'll be honest, it's okay. I can handle it being like this. So, oh, and that's way more than what we need for ribbon. Okay. So you really actually don't even need, I must have cut 6 inches. Hang on. Did I cut 6 inches? Oh yeah, I cut 6 inches. You don't need 6 inches. You only really need 5. So I wasn't looking too closely, but we're going to trim that off and that. And then you have your weighting in the wings, and that's good. So that one's going to go right there. I would have had it a little closer to the edge, but I'm not picky, so I'm just gonna move it over a little bit more, closer to the edge here. Do you like that, guys? I'm not picky, so I just redo it. So right over here, I'm gonna go closer underneath the N, and like that, and bring it back. And then I made little smaller Humpty Humps, so I ended up with even a little bit more of a tail that I can cut off. Okay, there we go, and that long daddy right there. Okay, let's try this again. Wanted it closer to the edge, not covering up as much of that ornament. Okay, so let's cut you off. So one ready to go. I'm doing this so you guys can see which side you might like it better on. So we're gonna go close to the N underneath, loop it up, and loop it down. Okay, and then tear and tape waiting in the wings. Like that, like that. Okay, so those two are ready to go. I may save these because you could use them possibly on another card. I promise you could. All right, let's get these guys out of here. And now on this side. So you might just play with where you want to see the ribbon. You could put it underneath the L-E-B, lebra. So grab two waiting in the wings. And 2 for on each of these. And same concept though. I would put, so this one though, like I had these kind of more angled this way. On this one I would have it angled more that way. So I might start on the outer edge and work my way in again, kind of going backwards like that. Okay. And then I'm going to trim it while it's up in the air. Okay, grab the tear and tape, and then that one's ready. And then this one looks good, like that. Bring it back. And then trim and trim. That's ready to go. Okay, so then grab your dimensionals. The skinny little dudes are good. And if you don't want to pop it up, you could always just peel off that tear and tape and use that to help stick it down. I'm going to definitely have close to the edge here. Okay, and then this. Now this, you guys, this is tedious work. Oh, it's hard to be efficient and fast with this unless you have somebody else that's helping you with it. So let's grab that, cut you off. All right. So I got so close to the edge that I hardly had any room for dimensional, but I'm going to make it work. That. Okay. And perfect. Okay, so let's see what we got here. This one goes this way, and I have the right side of this white is lined up with the red mat. So something like that. Okay, and then this one, same thing, red mat. Ensure you're straight. And then now this one, you can see we're going to put it on the... So the only thing is that sometimes the ribbon will create little flyaways, I guess you could call them. So you could always trim those off. So we're going to go at about maybe that height. And then I'm going to line it up with the red edge on this side. And then we got one more here. And put that over here, like that. Okay, so now you can see the difference. You know, you can say, well, they look about the same. So it just depends. Your ribbon's not underneath a ribbon, an ornament there, but here it's just kind of like nestled in the side. So your call how you want to do it. And then these dudes. Okay, so that one has these bells hanging. This one has the mistletoe hanging. This one has the holly berries. We put them coming up like that. And then this one has your candy canes crisscrossed like that. All right, so your call. Let's go ahead and prep the backs with glue. And then we can pop them in place. Like that, and okay. Don't need a lot. So I believe that these are probably the 4 easiest cards out of all of them. Not like the other ones are hard, but these seem to be not as crazy on the outside. There's that. And then we've got that guy going there. That one like that. Oops. And candy cane action. I think I'm going to do this one first, because then I know how far over then this guy needs to be. All right. There. Voila. Okay. So the only thing I haven't done is the gems. And I think we got 6 more cards to make. I think we're just going to wait on the gems, and I'll show you what the gems are like. So we've got a big and a small, or big and a medium in red, and then 3 red on the tops of the bases of those little ornament kebabs things. So, okay. Yay. Okay. Whoa, 1 done. Not quite, but almost 1 done. So we got a good start on your Christmas cards here. All right. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And we're going to keep cruising through. So these 2 are basically the same. So we're going to go ahead and make one of them. So you're going to grab your base from the bottom and burnish. Right? There's that. So you need one of these, one of those. You will save my envelope flaps and do them another time. And on the inside, you've got that hanging down, and okay, perfect. So we'll do that one. You need an inside, and then you've got those pieces, and you need, oh, interesting. There's 3 here. Huh. Okay. There's not supposed to be 3. They probably most likely cut an extra one for somebody else or myself. So I'm going to leave this one and set it off to the side for a put together later in life type project. Okay. So we're going to set you over there, and let's get moving. So we have this mat and this green mat. Okay. And then we also have the tree. So we've got 3 things that we can glue here. Hi, Francis Rodriguez. All right, so this one, this, and this, right? So this one goes on to the red. Now here's the trick with these things. You might end up cutting them a little bit smaller than 2 by 3. And if that's the case, what I would do, I would get 3 sides matching, and in this case, my left and my right and my top match, but my bottom has a lot more than the top. I'm going to just trim that off when I get my trimmer out. So then this piece of designer paper is going to go onto the garden green. And then this arm is actually not in the center. It's a little bit south of the equator. So I put this so that red one was at the bottom, and then this partly covers it up, that red track. And so for those inquiring minds that really like things scientific, it's 3/4 inch, right? 3/4 inch. So you can just barely see that green up here, and then you see the red on the bottom here. Okay. Then what you can do is grab your tear and tape. Oh, I ran out. Look at that. Nice. I always love finishing up a tear and tape roll. All right. I probably have more in the house, but that's okay. All right, so then put 2 waiting in the wings. and it needs to go behind where the green arm is. And you're gonna need 5 inches, but 2 of them is what you're gonna need. So while you're at it, you should go ahead and cut the second one if you're not making right away. I'm just gonna put this with my kits over here so that it's all ready to go. So I'm not looking for ribbon later. And you can do here. Hello, Doris Munson joining late. Connie said, I wish I could assemble cards like you. You would believe that after using Stampin' Up products, I would be better. Well, everybody works at their own pace, right? I have learned, and I've taught many people, the efficiencies. You guys, I attribute it to being a proud member of the FFA back in high school, and we had to learn to be very efficient about things. And so I learned to do the same step all the time, right? And like if my mom was here, or if I was here working with somebody assembling cards, I would have, like, she'd put the tear and tape on, and then the next person, like, let's say we're tag teaming it, I'd have one person put the tear and tape on, one person takes it off, the next person puts liquid glue on, and then the next person puts it on. So like we tag team things a lot, and so we try to maximize efficiencies. So we've got this, and now that will go on the front of the card. Like that. Okay, so far so good. This little doohickey is going to get popped up with some dimensionals. So when I put dimensionals on, I don't go too close to the edge. I like to kind of keep them equidistant all around so that you don't get any saggy middles. And I have this set up, so I'm going to do one more at the bottom right here because that ribbon is running across there, and so you can see here I caught the ribbon with my dimensional, but I didn't catch, so it's kind of flipping up here. So I'm going to go ahead on my sample even and put one there. Now that I've looked at it, that will help hold that down, right? So it's not going to flip all over the place. Oh, here's the deal. Remember I mentioned that this was a little bit too long for me? So now that I got all my dimensionals on it and picked off, I'm going to trust my cutting. I only need to cut a little bit off, but I can't put it down here because it's all sticky. So I'm going to go this way, do a little. Okay, I can do a little more. Perfect. Okay. I had forgotten that that was a little bit too much. So centered left to right. Say something like that. Let's do our stamping then. So we have sending merry tidings and sending Christmas wishes. And those come from this one. Okay, that's where the sending jolly delivery is sending merry tidings. Not that, must be this one. Okay, and then the other one is from, I'm trying to think. We're sending Christmas wishes. It's on the recipe card. Pine tree trimmings. Maybe pine tree trimmings? Well, let me think about this. Sending merry tidings. Go right there. And as long as I'm doing some stamping, I'm gonna get this little second one stamped. Any skinny sentiment would be just fine. So that, and then sending Christmas wishes. Well, that one's cool though. Merry Christmas and happy wishes. Oh, hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet. It's not those. I'm just going to use this one right here. Why not, right? It doesn't matter. We just need an inside saying. So this one, we're going to leave a little room for that guy right there to be up in the sky there. You know, you got a tree on here. It's magical, right? So we're going to put him centered with that mistletoe thing there. And in my scrapyard, I had a few things in here I wonder, you know what? We could put a Christmas present in this other one. So I'm going to put this one then centered at the top here. Good. All right. I can handle that. So that's it for Stamperooing. Hi, Mimi. You're struggling with YouTube, and we'll catch the replay. Sorry to hear that. That's not fun. All right. That's done. And so this one, we're going to put that here with this, and we can go ahead and get that ready for gluing. That, and that. Okay, so there's our inside, and then we're going to put the green, or this plaid strip along the bottom, a little decoration, and then he's going to be hanging out at the top up here. All right. And then I did pop this up across here, but you wouldn't have to, right? You could just put it flat, and I don't think that would make a difference. It'd be just a little less height going on. And I have it lined up with the ribbon, so the ribbon goes joot, joot, joot with the sentiment, even with those sound effects. All right. Right there. Okay. So there's a little gold star up here. We took a gold acrylic painter pen and we used that to color the gold star up there. And then I've got a big and a medium and a small clear gem. And then we colored 3 red and put them on the tree. Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna skip my gems for now and we're gonna keep working through them. So you guys technically have another one of this one to make. And I got a little ink right there, or something's going on. Okay, so just to show you, they're both basically the same. And I added a present. So for those of you who want to also add the present, I think I would still keep that. I mean, you wouldn't have to glue that there, and you could just put the present on the bottom. And I think that would be cute because you've got a tree. Perfect. Okay, so these are good to go. I'll set this on the working pile. And we're going to go to the candy canes next. All right, so this one is next. And, oh, sending Christmas wishes again. Wait, I have a recipe card on this one? No. All right. Oh, candy canes. I bet it's pine tree trimmings. That is, let me go look, you guys. I'm going to take a second and I'm going to go look for pine tree. I found it. Okay, and there it is. Sending Christmas wishes. Grab you out of there and put you on a block. All right. So on this one, I'm going to keep this, keep that, and that. Oh, let's glue those in. Save this for the other card. You have a white inside. I'll keep my white strips. You need one of those and one of these. Again, I'm only making one at the moment. So we've got your base. It's all about the base. No trouble. And they are very, oh, this is so red and green. It's crazy. All right, let's get our red ink back out. This red ink pad is getting a workout. So sending Christmas wishes. We're going to stamp that on both of the white pieces so that the stamping is done. Right about there. Hi, Rosie Prouty. Is she wonderful or what? Aw. Okay, there's this one. Okay, I like it. Then under the mistletoe, no, wishing you joy. Right there, is what we use. You could do wishing you joy or sending you cheer, whichever one. I'll grab this. And we'll put those on these strips. It's a tight fit. That W, that goes almost top to bottom. I'm going to stamp it right in the middle. And right in the middle. There. Okay, so that's done. For those of you who like your 90-degree edges, you can leave that, but I did banner these. So I've got each side angled like that, and then like that. Okay, so those are done. And we'll put these off to the side. The other one. Okay, so we can do a little sponging. So this is the only other ink pad that gets used is Crumb Cake. And they are, yeah, and I was so delighted when these came together, and basically we only used a half a pack. And we used almost everything from that half a pack, right? Light hand, okay? You want to just hover over. You don't have to do this, but they show off a little better when you sponge a little color over your hollies and your berries. Just a little bit, not a lot. And you only need to do the top and the bottom. You don't need to do the whole middle section. But now that I'm thinking about it, if I am on my A game here, I would just do this one because I got all the ink out. And it's a lot of work sometimes to go back and pull all the ink and the dauber out. There it is. It just illuminates it a little bit. Perfect. So I'll set that one back off to the side. Okay, very good. So that's it for the crumbs that are from the cake. Good. So let's see here. We are going to glue these two down first. And then here's the deal. I have to tell you a little trick. Okay, so I'm going to glue these two down. This happened because we're making a bunch of these for Christmas cards, right? I'm going to glue these two down because this happened to us when we were working on them. And we know that they're the same height because they got cut together at the same height. One goes to the left and one goes to the right. So you want the same margin on the top, the bottom, and the left. And then you want the same margin on the top, the bottom, and the right, okay? Now if you put this on here and you line up the top like that, and you fall short on the bottom, and even though I cut them together at the same time earlier, you watched me do it, when I put these on here, it's still, you can still see that designer series, and I'm not picky, right? So I normally, I'm very picky and this would bother me, right? So that little bit is hanging out there. And you're like, oh man, I've got them glued down together already. What do I do, right? Okay, this is what you do. It's okay. You're gonna take this, you're gonna cut it in half. And we're gonna go like this. And we're gonna put glue on both pieces. And now what you can do is line this one up the top, right, like that. If you need to be a measuring person, go ahead, get your ruler. So this is like 1 1/8, right, like that, 1 1/16 and 1 1/8. Okay, so I gotta go that way, just a hair. So one moment, I'll go like that. So let's measure again. 1 1/8, and I went to, I went too far, hang on, we'll bring it back. So it's liquid glue, right? You got wiggle, wiggle, wiggle room with it. That looks good. So we've got 1 1/8 and 1 1/8 more or less. Okay, so there. So we've got that to the top now. So now take your ruler put that like that. Okay, and now the gap that was on the bottom is now in the middle, right? You can see there's a gap there, and you don't have to worry about it though, because it's gonna get covered up. And nobody's gonna ever know that had to have like a splice through the midsection. Yeah, it happens, you guys, it really does. And it's because you think that this is 5 1/4, but when this got embossed, it shrank. So let's just do a dry fit on this and see what this looks like. So this is gonna also need, ooh, maybe not. By the time I get this centered, it's a little bit more of a red border all the way around, but all the sides look even to me, and I'm happy with that. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. So you're happy and you know it. Clap your hands. Choo choo. All right, so let's pop this guy on, and we're gonna do our candy canes like this and that. Okay. So this one's gonna go onto the red like that. Okay, very good. And then I grab this guy, it's gonna go that way. And this guy's gonna go crisscross applesauce. And then here you've got, now you can only do that because you have something covering up the middle section. If whatever you have covers up here, wherever, if you can do that, cover it, just make sure you slice it wherever it gets covered up. So we're gonna add the bow to the middle there. And then we're gonna pop these dudes up here. This dude with some dimensionals. All right, so I've got it a little north of the equator because this takes up a little space. So let's take that into consideration before we go ahead and put that on here. I'm gonna get rid of the middle one. We're gonna put this inside. Like that. Okay, so he's taken care of. So the red, we need to grab 5 inches, not 6. And we're gonna do the same thing like we did on the first card. You're gonna take your scissors and go up the center on the short edge. So you're cutting it the lengthwise here. In half. So I'm gonna save this for my other card. And then we need tear and tape. It's under the U Joy. So grab one waiting in the wings and under the U Joy. And just weave it back and forth. Now on that one I did the twisty thing so that you saw the shiny red. I'm not gonna go through all the effort. Most people wouldn't even notice that, but some would. But we're gonna go like that, bring it back, tear and tape sandwich that, and trim your tail, trim the tail. And what I would do now is, I know I've got some silica here. You know, let's just go like that. I want this to ride over the top of that. And I think I've got just a little bit. So we're going to take the tear and tape and go along the bottom. And connect these two. You can see that the candy cane is just like it's resting on here. So we're gonna put that right about there. All right, now that you have them connected, what you could do is put a dimensional there, there, and one more right there. So that's gonna help provide some support for your label. And then now that you've got them connected, you could go ahead and put that on your card. So now you can figure out where you want it. Do you want it higher? Do you want it lower? Do you want it right in the middle? Now you can center it to see the crumb cake on the top and the bottom to get it kind of where you want it. All right. Nice. I think I like that until I change it 2 more times. Okay. Okay. So we put red rhinestones on this. So you color your rhinestones. There's a little one here, a little one here, a big one here, and then a medium one there. And again, you'll make 2 of this one. Yay. Oh man, I like it. Okay. Voila. Put you off to the side and put you on the pile for later. So the next one. So the next one has 2 versions. And so we'll most likely put 2 together would be my thought process on here. So grab your bases. Now this is a gatefold. So for the first side, I just fold it and let it be. But when I do the second one, I bring it up and around and I have it butt up to the other one, making sure it's straight, and then I hold it and bring it together. And I want to make sure that the gap is not there and that they're not overlapping. So there's the one. So again, I don't necessarily concern myself with this except for making sure it's straight. And then this one goes like that. Okay. So we already cut our greenery panels here. So those are these 2, right? So the top one was the left, right? So I'm gonna flip and flip. That. Okay, so they're upside down. So I'm gonna grab this one, and it's gonna go on this side. And then flipper still skin on this one. And then same on this one. And then one more. Okay, so that wasn't so crazy, right? All right, so this one we have Wishing You Joy. So you got that. These were for your envelope flaps, so I'm just gonna kind of let them be for right now. I'll worry about envelope flaps later. So on this one, you've got a little bow with a wreath. These 2 pieces are for your inside down here and here. You've got 2 reds with 2 greens, and then this white is for with the tree, which I lost. Here they are. So then this, that, white tree, label, wreath, present, and there should be another. Oh, there he is. Oh, there it is. Tag team back again. All right. So fun times. There are my dimensionals. Okay, so we've got Wishing You Joy. So let's clean up this. And on the inside, we put May Your Christmas Be Bright. Okay. Clean you up, and we'll clean you up. And those come from the Wishing You Joy. So this is a cool set because it gives you different fonts. So I liked on this one the Wishing You Joy that look like that. And then we've got May Your Christmas Be Bright. And we'll put you over here, I guess. Back to the red, 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 red ink. May Your Christmas Be Bright. Okay, we put that on both, I believe. Let me look. Yep, okay. So real red over here. So on this one, oh, we stamped Noel. Okay, so one moment. We're gonna do Wishing You Joy on this one. Oh, he's crooked. So you guys gotta be careful. You gotta look at it. I mean, you might think you got it on there straight, but you definitely want to make sure that it is on there straight. So Wishing You. Okay, so and if you're not certain, take the stamp and put it down flat on the surface and then pick it up from that. It'll kind of take its natural shape then. All right, that's nice. Okay, so let's get you back. Right like that. Okay, that's good. And then we have this one. I'm going to center that. It's a really scribbly font. I definitely need to re-ink this pad. Holy shnikes. I might just grab a new one. Oh. Let's just grab this. cherry cotton. Let's see if this one works. I can tell that it's lighter at the bottom. This guy's better. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do this one over. Okay, right there. Much better. Then we're not done though, because we have Noel fits right in the middle of the wreath. And there are 3 Noels as well, so I'm gonna pick that one. I hope, yep, there it is. And we have a little baby block. Oh, we would have won. Now you get 1 shot in the night on this. Hopefully you get it good. Use a photopolymer stamp, I guess, instead of a red rubber if you can. And it's basically in the middle. And there's no rhyme or reason to this little wreath, so I'm just gonna go right there. Okay, good deal. That's it for the Inky Dinky Doo. Thanks, Doris. Laura loves this one. It's her favorite. Good. Okay, let's get some glue happiness on. Let's see what we can glue. Okay, let's do a dry fit on this. Oh, okay, so this is not good. This is good, right? The red could be a hair smaller, right? This is your dry fit action. The sides look good, but it's too short here. So we're gonna trim a little red. This is your opportunity before you put glue on it to do a little dry fitting. All right, so I can handle that. And then now my DSP here, I need to trim off a little bit here, like 1/8 of an inch, I would guess. And that was probably intentional. So if we do this, like that, and then that works. Okay, so that one's good to go, GTG. This one, let's see what you got going on. Yep, we can trim a little bit of the red off. A hair down there. Let's check our greenery. Yep, I'm gonna do the greenery to about 1/8 of an inch. Let's see if that works. I'm liking it. Okay, let's look at our whitey here. He looks good. All right, so dry fit, dry fit, dry fit. That's all I can say. All right, we got little scraps so we can get out of here. Now let's glue, glue, glue. So these are gonna get flipped over and glued. Our bow can get glued on. These pieces and this, and that. Okay. Let's do this one first over here. And then we'll catch this one, that one, that one. I know this makes some of you anxious, but I think we're okay. I've got a sleeping giant at my feet. And the other 2 are MIA. And don't worry, the glue won't dry that fast on you. So we're gonna pick this one up. And put you right there. And we'll pick this dude up. Good deal. Nice. Switch gears. Let's come over and put you right there. Good deal. Let's come back to you. Wonderful. One more here. This white one's just centered. Good deal. Like that. And then let's get this guy. Wonderful. Okay, that wasn't so crazy. Oh, I missed the bow. Okay, so we'll come back to him. We'll do the inside here. We'll get this little dude, right, a little dot right there. Okay, and then we'll glue that in. So you do want to have that underneath the Noel, like that. And then put this one right inside. And we'll put this one. Look at that. We did it. Got all that taken care of. Okay, so now for the trick. It's not a trick, but you just want to make sure you don't put any adhesive right here because then you won't be able to shut your card. So we're going to flip these like that. And I think I'll grab the little dudes. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. What is it, 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. Perfect. So again, I didn't go on the other half here. I hope I didn't anyways. Okay, so we got those off. The wreath also could be popped up, as could this little guy. We'll put like that, and we'll bring the little dude in here like that. And then we'll grab these over here. Okay, so with the card shut, I'm just going to center this top to bottom, left to right. I don't know, like that maybe. And then before I press it too hard, I want to make sure I didn't put my dimensionals over there, which is that's good. And then what we can do, put the wreath on this one, and he's pretty much good to go. He's buttoned up then. Okay, nice, very nice. Remind me again, where did the inside come from? I got wishing you joy. May your Christmas be bright, right where my thumb is working. Okay, let's get you on here. Like so. Good deal. And then our tree goes near the top, right? So the top of the tree is just below the white edge of the top. Okay, then we need some ribbon. Now, I have these two little schnibblies, right? Let's see if I can use some of that. Might require me to use a little extra tear and tape, but it's okay. So let's grab the one, and we're going to use this little tail, and we're going to put that underneath the J, okay? It's too long, but we're going to trim it back, and then we're going to take this one and have it come out over this way, right? So we've got our two little tails, right? So we used them, right? We don't have to throw them away. But we're not done. We need the loopy loop. So you betcha, Rosie. So I'm gonna grab, like this much, that much. Let's cut it in half. Okay. Now we're going to need the tear and tape again because we don't have any sticking power. We're going to make, oh, there's a present. Huh. These are my scrapyard pile. Let's grab another one. And maybe one more. So I've cut these. I made two little bunny ears. So this is me being frugal with my ribbon. All right. So we're going to flip this guy that way. But now there's no sticking power. We're going to go like that. And then on this one, I'm going to bring them here and make it look like that. Yay! And it makes it look like a little baby bow. It's so adorable. I don't know if you guys, it makes it look like I made a bow, but I didn't really make a bow. I piecemealed that baby. All right. So we're going to leave that on. And then this is going to get popped up with some dimensionals. All right, then, don't worry, I didn't forget about the presents. They're still there. Okay, let's put that right there. So, I've got it so you don't see the plaid down here. Right, I don't have the, you can't see the plaid, and it fits within the red. Okay, so then the presents. We need a dimensional behind this little dude. And he's hanging out on the side there. Yep, he's tucked in. And then this little guy also needs one dimensional. And he's gonna get tucked in right there. Yay, it's so cute. I love it. Okay, the little things, you guys. So a big, a medium, and a small. And then I've got 6, oh, you might want to do 7 if you need some odd numbers. I've got the red gems on the tree. For this one, I've got the big, the medium, and the small on the outsides, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red gems. Done for now, okay, and a gold marker. And I think it's so cute, so cute, so cute. Okay, putting that on that pile. We're gonna flip these over. Take a drink of water, okay. All right, we're on to our stocking card. This one is the same. So I'm only gonna do one of these. And we need this one and this one. We need one of these and a stocking. We'll leave a stocking. We'll take both our whiteys and these, and one of these, one of these, one of those. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. And burnish that. Okay, good to go there. And we could glue, let's get some glue happinesses on. Let's see what this is looking like. Okay, now in this case, my sides look good, but my top and my bottom are less red than the sides. So you have a decision. Do you want to cut off one side here, or would you like to cut off a little of the top or the bottom? It's your call, right? I'm trying to think. I think I might just cut a hair off the bottom here just to show you. You can trim the DSP a little bit more if you want to, right? So then here, that's good. Now, this one requires the stamping on the DSP again. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah. Okay, same thing. So we're going to do the same thing on this one. We're going to take a shimmy, shimmy, shake off of there. And we need the sending you cheer. But you could also do wishing you joy. But we're going to do sending you cheer on this one. All right, let's get this dude out. Gosh, I've been saying dude a lot today. I don't know. Dude, where's my car? Okay, let's get you cleaned up. I'm gonna just do a little cleanup here on aisle 9. Getting to the point where I have lots of dirty blocks over here. Oh, you guys, honey, if you watched last night, she had some dirty paws. That little girl cleaned up her paws, and by the time she went to bed, like around midnight, I looked at them, and they were clean, and her paws were white as white can be again. What a good little girl. She keeps herself nice and buttoned up good. All right, I'm going to put you like that. Okay, now another one. Oh, I grabbed wishing you joy. I think I meant sending you cheer. Yes, I did. Okay, that's what happened. Here's that one, and we'll leave you out. Okay, it's right here. So let's put you there. Yeah, so this one is another one where you don't get to make boo-boos. You just gotta walk straight and confident and go for the flow here. I would definitely use a photopolymer stamp though, so let's see where you go. Right about there. Looks good. Okay, I can handle that. It looks like it's going on a hill, but like that. Okay, I'm gonna bring this next one down just a hair. You get two chances there, right? All right, I can live with that. And then what's on our inside? Oh, maybe okay, so the stocking's on the left, and the other card, the stocking must be on the right. Okay, so we're gonna kind of flip-flop, roll reverse here, our words. So I'm gonna have this one be more to the left, and then this one be more to the right. Isn't it nice? All real red ink for our cards today. So then this guy will go with that. He goes with the other one, and I can move that off to the side. Okay, are you ready to get glue happy? So we can go with that and these. Okay. That. Sorry, I'm covering you up. And we'll do the white, do our little stocking, and our little arm. All right, first things first. Let's move you over to here, like that. All right, you're good. This one, and there's really not a lot of up and downs to this, or it's all up and down, I guess. We're gonna put you here, and then we're gonna put you there. Okay, and then this one goes through the middle. Like that. Grab the ruler if you need to. And this is another one where if your green doesn't go all the way to the end, you could cut it in half and split it. Okay, and then our little whitey inside. that. And hang our stocking from the chimney, from the fireplace. Was there something on the bottom? There was. Oh, I decided not to, right? Because I figured I had my stockings. Oh, there's this thing here, though. If you wanted, you could cut that in half and put a little triangle action down there if you want, but I'm good. All right, let's grab some tear and tape. You're going to need 4 waiting in the wings. And then you need 2 on the back. And for the ribbon, there's 2 going across, so you need 4 total for your card. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then put 2 off to the side. And now for this, it doesn't matter which one you do first. I'm going to do the top one first, and I don't know, something like that. But you can cover it up, and then what we're going to do is put the other one so it's slightly overlapping it. And I'm trying to make it look so that there's the same amount of green on the top and the bottom. Okay. And there's the last tear and tape getting used. This can get flipped over. There we go. Have that ready to pop on the front. And then just a little liquid glue. On the mat here. And that can go right onto the card front. Hi, Debbie Gas. Better late than never. This is centered top to bottom, left to right. I'd say something like Mary. There. Looks good. Okay. So on this one, it was really cool doing a big and a medium and maybe a medium or small here in the clear. And then we've got red rhinestones hanging up like from, there's little bows there. There's these little white bows, and I put it right underneath where the little white bow is. So you'll make 2 of this one, and the other one, remember, has a stocking that goes on the other side. Back to the other side, like that. And if you wanted to use from your left, there was this one piece that's left over. You could use that to do 2 envelope flaps for these 2 cards, and you could use the rest of it to do your inside strips right there. Okay. Hot diggity dog. We are cruising for a bruising. All right, so, but it's okay. It's already half past. We've got this card where we're going to do 2 of them, and then we're going to do 1 of the next card, right? So this one has 2 different versions. It's got the holly and it's got the cardinal. So I'm not going to do my envelope flaps. So I am going to hold the phone on them. So I'm going to set them off to the side. That's what these strips are for. All right, you guys, drinking something really quick. Hang on. 1 moment, please. All right, so on the inside here, we have this guy with the cardinal, and we have that with that one. Okay, and then you have 2 white insides. Remember, this is a horizontal card. You want to dry fit these. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, and then dry fit that one. That's good. And 2 white strips. Oh, we got wishing you joy. Okay, so you have another gatefold. So with the gatefold, I'm going to bend this right down the middle like that. And then same concept. I want to make sure that they butt up in the middle, but don't overlap. Okay, like that. So there's that one and that one. Okay, so we got those taken care of. We've got in here, oh man, may your holiday season be filled with joy and happiness. Well, that's great, but you're not in my stockpile of stamps right now. You're from the words of the season, I think. Right? Words of the season? Yeah. All right. I might have to go look in my box for that. Jolly Holly, though, for the other. So let's find the Jolly Holly. I wish they would have put Holly Jolly, but they already have a stamp set that was called Jolly Holly. Holly Jolly. What? Wait. No, it's from Jolly Delivery. Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes. Okay, so there's two different things going on here. We need that one and, oh man, so many stamps. This is probably the most confusing out of all of them because they're so different. Let's go here. So wishing you joy is, well, how do we like made the spirit of the season? I like that. Let's go with that. But if you really, really, really liked this, it's from Words of the Season. And it's great. It's a red rubber stamp set, and I can live with this one today. All right, but we want to find Wishing You Joy on that. And we will flip this out, put you there, get you buttoned up and ready to go. You guys, we're gonna do something crazy. We're gonna stamp before we do anything. Isn't that odd? It's not normal, I get it. So on this one, I'm gonna guess that my sentiment is I'm not gonna guess, 1 1/4 away, right? I'm gonna eyeball it though. So 1 1/4 inch away. And I've got Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes, 1 1/4 inch away, and that's because my holly goes over there. So I'm gonna go right like that. Okay, good. I think that's pretty good. The other one is Wishing You Joy, and we're gonna stamp that close to the left, but leaving a little room to cut the angle off. Okay, good. And then we have this sentiment, but know that, whoa, this is gonna go here and there. So the sentiment, kind of map that out. Now you know that you can put this right there. Okay, so that one's nice. This one goes on the other side. We did this on this side. Oh, thanks, Donna. This one's gonna go here, and we've got that hanging out on there. And we'll put that over here. Okay. I think that's it for the stamperooing. So, you guys ready for some gluing? Are you ready for it? As Justin Timberlake would say, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm gonna go like, so these went like that. I think I'm gonna go like this. So we're gonna that. And this goes like this. So I think we're gonna go like that. Glue, right? And then we're gonna glue. Are you ready, ready, ready? Here we go. We're gonna get our glue happinesses on. All right. Looking around, I only see a sleeping giant on the floor. So let's, boom, 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 boom. Good deal, good deal, good deal. Done. All right. Let's start with you. I'm gonna I want the green. Nope, I like the green over there. So we're gonna do that one first. Okay, get this little dude. Right like that. Okay, good. Done. Whoa, almost dropped you. So you get to go there. Okay, grab you. You're gonna go on the left panel. You get to go on the right panel. Okay, nice. This one, let's get you down. Okay, you are on the left. You are on the right T. I wonder what it would look like to go like that. No one will ever know. I like the red on the outside more. Okay, and then what's left is this dude. And we're flipper still skin you. Right there and there. Oh, I like this poinsettia. Oh, so it fits perfectly in the corner, just like that. Oh, yes. Huh, okay. You just got a pack of the paper today. It is so pretty. Well, Debbie, I also have your Stamp-a-Stack mailing out today. My mom took it to the post office, so you'll have another one soon. All right, so the insides can get glued in. All right, so let's do those. Okay, like that. Whoa, missed that. We're gonna put you in over here. Like so. Okay, very good. Let's grab you. I like, so don't be afraid to use those little strips of designer paper and these little things. I think that adds so much. Okay, same concept with these. You got to be careful not to go over the edge. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. There, 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 here, here. All right, and they're centered, top to bottom, left to right. Here, like that, and then, oh, I missed one. All right. So this is the same so far, but what happens is now we have a slight variation. This wishing you joy, I need to trim a little bit off. So let's go like this on that side. And just looking at this, it needs like that much taken off. So there, you only need, so how you can really kind of tell is you only need enough for your bird to be something to perch on over there. Right, so that little bit is enough, okay? And we need to get our ribbon all situated. So this I made a loop tail. So grab the tear and tape. You're gonna need one weighting in the wings. Oops. Do you have more of the stamp stack? Rosie, at this moment, I technically do. I have 2 open spots in my book. I'd had 4 going into class, and then I had 2 people reach out during class. And so I don't know if anybody emailed me or texted me outside of here, but usually when I'm doing class and I have availability, I usually accommodate the people that are watching me because they're telling me in the way that I can be told and let them know I see their message, right? So I had said the only reason that I would not have all those if I mailed out like 30 of them today. And if somebody's gets lost in the mail, like it doesn't show up, then it's, I mean, I could kit more, but I just assume not have to kit like onesie twosies, right? So I can put your name in the book. Like if you want me to, I'll write your name in the book and I'll know by next week. And if that is the case though, do you want me to wait until next week to ship your box? Like, cause if we add it, you wouldn't have to pay full shipping, right? Which is pretty cool. I'd rather you save some money on shipping. It might be only like $2 extra for shipping versus the shipping is $12 for these priority padded envelopes now. So I'm adding a tail here, just a little tail. And here's my scissors. So that's how you do a loop and then 2 tails, right? Okay, and we'll put you here so you're ready. Now for this one, I think what I'm gonna do is I need a loop and a tail and a loop and a tail. I'm gonna do this much. Hang on, I'm gonna guess. So a loop and a tail like that. So we're gonna cut it like this and then we're gonna cut it right down. Okay, well, I'll hold tight on your package till, yeah, I wasn't planning to do anything with your package, and then that'll give me time over the weekend to see these shipments get going, and maybe we can make sure that before Thanksgiving I can get out in the mail. All right, this guy. So we need to grab the scissors and trim the end like that. Right, so that looks good. Now you need some tear and tape. You're gonna need 2 weighting in the wings, and 2, you're gonna need top and bottom here, okay? Right, so you cut it in half, and here's what you gotta do. Let's get this thing on here. This will help you. Put that right in the middle area here, right? So something like that. And now that ribbon is going to go up and over. So you're going to have come out like this, make your loopy. How is just enough? Look at that. Oh man, you don't want any less than that. Okay, that's, say that's pretty spot on. Okay, so that's good. You're going to use one of these to hold that side down. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to make your little loopy. And bring it back. I'm twisting it so that it stays shiny. Like that. Okay. So then, like that. Okay, now you can trim that little angly. Oh, I love it. So pretty. Okay, we can pop these up with your dimensionals. Ooh, it doesn't stick where there's waxy paper, but I still wanted it there, so we're going with it. All right, so at this point, this one doesn't have anything else with it, and I have the white edge lined up with the red edge. Okay, so that's what that one is. And then this one is a little closer to the bottom, still lined up with the red edge and the white edge. And then our bird needs to get popped up. And so we're going to move that up a little closer so that, because where the label is, it's already popped up. There it is. Okay, so for gems, I've got medium, medium, big, white, and then I did a cluster of red ones because there were some berries there and I thought they looked really cool accenting them. Now you could put red gems all over all those berries if you so desire. This one, we've got the 4 berries here, and so I put 4 red gems there and then the clear ones on the side. I like this. I love this. Like, that's my favorite way to do ribbon like that. Okay. Boom. All right. And then there's one more that we're only going to do one of, because at 5 o'clock I really need to go get myself all, I guess, gussied up and like put a dress on. Okay. So here's the piece for the inside. Okay, so we need one. We have the outside. I'm only going to do one. I'm going to leave both my envelope flaps because I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to do that envelope, that ornament, so I'll save these two. Let's do our dry fitting here. I think I need to take a little off the green. Donna Palazzo would like this. Okay, so at this moment then, if I write Donna's name and I write Rosie's name down, I don't have any open spots in my book. So the only way I would kit up more is if I had at least, let's say, 4 people that were interested. So if anybody else is interested in this class, you'll have to send me an email and let me know that you'd like to be added to the waiting list. And I would see once what we've got for bandwidth next week. So this is all going to the other side, back to the other side over here, because that's for the other card. And let's get this burnished. Okay. And let's get glue happy. Oh, we can put this over here. So glue, glue, glue. All right, so our DSPs. And then our arm. All right, so then this is on here. So this one's similar to one of the other ones, but we changed it slightly because the DSP is a little different. This is centered. We used a little bit skinnier of an arm here. I like to call these things arms. All right, so my team here was here all week helping me work on making Christmas cards, and we decided to do these cards for Christmas cards, and they could probably put these 2 cards together in their sleep. All right, so we're gonna prep this with dimensionals and have that staged and ready to go. And now this one, you wanna make sure there's no green hanging over. And we're going to put the tear and tape there, here. And I think that's it for the tear and tape, so I'll put you away. For the red ribbon, you're gonna need basically 8 inches, but this is what I would do because you have a whole roll. What you can do is take this and you wanna make an overhand knot. As you're pulling this, you wanna make sure you keep the pretty red, the shiny side up, right? So not that you have a dull and a pretty side, right? So make that, and then you can trim your tail. And because I'm doing all the ribbons on all these cards right off the bat, I'm going to make the other one. Oh man. So that one got a little wonky on me, so I gotta, ugh, not good, no bueno, hang on. Let's try that again. So, there it is, okay. Okay, so that's nice. I'll save you off to the side. Then we need 5 inches, 5 inches. So these are gonna wait over here in the wings. And this just gets centered like that. Have these guys waiting. And a little glue, a little dabble do ya. And this goes right onto the card front. Oh, I like this DSP with these little white berries. Okay, so that's there. This now goes to the left a little bit. Enough room to leave your little bowsy. Like that. Holy Moses, I think this might be the first time we pulled out the mini glue dots. So I'm gonna take 2 of them and I'm gonna put them right on top of that ribbon next to each other. And that should hopefully be enough for this ribbon. Now, when you set it here, I have a more straight side and I have a humpy side. So I'm gonna take the straight side and put that right there. Now, you could give it some more moral support by grabbing a glue dot and putting it right underneath where the tail is, right there, right? And that will help that. Now that one seemed like it was good, but that one seemed like it needed help. So that's why I put another one there. They used to call me the glue dot queen. Oh, I'm gonna trim this guy here. All right, so that's good so far. Then we need Sending You Cheer. And it's that font right there. So a little bit littler, a little smaller. It must be out on a block. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. This isn't it. That's not it. Oh, it fell into the drawer. I found it though. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna just, you know, I'm gonna take a hot second here and clean these up. What's in the inside? Oh, the ornaments. Oh, Merry Christmas. Oh, I don't have either one of those. Okay, well, I mean, I have the ornaments because they're not stamps, but what's this one? Oh, Merry Christmas. So that's from Ornamental Christmas. So that's sitting in a box. So we're just going to do May Your Christmas Be Bright because that's very universal. And we're going to grab this. Okay, so we got all these little guys cleaned off. So we just need this. And Sending You Cheer. Let's grab the red ink pad. Debbie says, if it's going flat, take them off. If using dimensionals, leave it on. How do you determine to take off the weighting in the way? Oh, yeah, good job answering that, Debbie. That's perfect. Yeah, so that is exactly it. If I want it flat, I will take it off to use it to help stick. But if I'm popping up with dimensionals, then it's going to be like flat, pulled down, and then popped up, and that's not good. So I'm going to stamp this closer to, that was the perfect answer, Debbie. Okay. Oh, man. Oops. Okay. He was not straight. We need it straight. Okay. So sending you cheer, sending you cheer, and angle dangle on the side, saving you for later, gator, and may your Christmas, what do we got? We got ornaments hanging and they're multiplying. Okay, so we need this to be towards the left. So we're going to do this over here and then we'll put him off to the side. I'll show you how to do these ornaments hanging. Okay, so that's good. And we can shut you up. All right, so we're gonna put this at the bottom, and this ornament right here is gonna hang here, but it can't be hanging in outer space. It has to be, like, it can't be floating, right? So there's these red lines. I took a red, whoa, that felt really good to stand up. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh, stretch the back. Okay, so grab your ruler and the ornament day and put your ruler, so have it down further than what you want it, and put the ruler right up to it. Take your marker and draw a line. That's all that it is. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. So what we can do now is glue you and you. So on the other one though, the other card, you have 2 ornaments. So you're gonna have to do that 2 times. 2 scoops, right? So I'll show you the inside of the other card here just in a moment, the one that I'm not putting together, but I have the sample here. So this guy was right there. Oh man, so now you can hang it up as high as you want it. Okay, that's, oh, I got ink on my fingers. See what happened there? You probably can't, but okay, it's gone. Nice. So this one, we're putting glue and a dimensional. So the dimensional hangs on the part that is over the edge of glory. And then, well, hello, little sleeping giant just curled himself into a little ball. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. Oh, guys, you guys see, I'll take a picture. I got 2 seconds here. You guys gotta see what he looks like. I can't help myself, but he's so adorable. So I have my Stampin' Up blanket that is usually on the back of my chair. I put it on the floor. Look at him. He just crawled into a little ball and he's just passed out in the corner. Oh my goodness. I just want to gilly goo on him. All right, so I've got this lined up in the middle of the ornament here, and it kind of like covers up the red ribbon just a little bit, and it's just a little bit south of the green here that it's just a little bit down. Right, that green ridge. Okay, not picky at all though. This, we need to glue you in yet. Okay. It ties the inside together with the outside because that matches. And then what's super cool, I love that that ornament, no wait, what is it? That paper matches the ornament. So that's super cool. All right, let's show you the double trouble here. So those are the 2 ornaments together. I have the tall, skinny one in the back and this smaller green one in the front. And there I stamp Merry Christmas, but you could stamp whatever you want. Oh my goodness, this was like a marathon. Oh, so usually stamp attacks can take me up to 3 hours. So we started at 2:30 and it's 5, so that's 2.5 hours. I think that was good. It's hard when you drink water and coffee while you're doing things like this because it makes you want to go to the bathroom. So that's maybe why I had a little bit faster of stamping with you guys today too. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I want to pull all the cards in to show them to you again. This goes on a different one. I think you're clean. And all right, so very good. You guys can tell me which one's your favorite then. I think that this guy goes, oh, did I clean him? I didn't. Is that how you guys test if your stamps are clean too? Just stamp yourself. All right, I didn't, let's clean you really quick. All right. Okay, so that was Wishing You Joy. Then we had Jolly Delivery, and we had a couple sentiments that we used out of there. And this one. We also used Jolly Holly. Had one of these sentiments. Pine Tree Trimmings is where our Christmas wishes came from. And we had Delicate Pines is where that came from. Oh, and I need those out though because Angela's coming to stamp on Monday morning and then the blocks are ready for her. Okay. Whew. Okay. Good deal. I'm not leaving a hot mess all over the place. So we got through our stamps. We got half of a pack of designer paper left, right? So you guys can still make more pretty cards. What you had left from this experience was a piece like this and a few more of these little scrapperonis. Okay. Once you make all the cards, you'll still have lots of ribbon left over. You'll have you might go through quite a bit of the gems. We used a plethora of gems between all the cards. We kept it all to real red ink and cherry cobbler ink. And all in all, it was 16 cards with 7 different designs. And using that half a pack. And I got Donna and I got Rosie Prouty. I'm going to add to the book here. And that's what we got here. I'm going to grab the book. You guys can tell me which your favorite is. Your knots come out all crazy. That could happen. All right, so I'm going to grab... Oh, there's a check back there. I forgot about that. Okay, so I think... So Laura Sullivan, I think you're my question mark here. So I'm adding you as my last unknown because I think you're it. I got Rosie Prouty and Donna Palazzola. Okay. Whew, so that means I got 56. Okay. So let's do 2 random number gems. Oh, it's already 5. Okay. I've got 29 minutes now. So let's go to A and W and put in number 56 and see who our winners are. 29. 29 is Carmen Sanders. Yay, Carmen. Congratulations. 54, Rosie Prouty. Holy Moses. Talk about that lucky action. Okay, Rosie and Carmen Sanders are the door prize winners for class tonight. Great job. Well done. All right. Oh, I don't even know what I look like. Oh, all right. I need some work in a little bit. All right, you guys, I don't mean to cut it short, but I really think I should probably get going because my girls are going to be picking me up in 28 minutes. And I got to do something to be ready for a girls' night going out for dinner. So I hope that you loved the class. I hope that if I went a little too fast, especially for people who are watching me for the first time, I have a tendency that I work pretty fast. The great thing is that you guys have the replay. And now once I end this, you're going to be able to go back to refer to this video at any point and start and stop me, pause me, shut me up, make me go faster, slow me down. You can do whatever you want to me. It won't hurt me, I promise. It's your video to watch as much as you need to. The PDF tutorial also was emailed out to everybody that was on my class list as of midnight last night. And so I know I have maybe 5 people here that I need to send it to. I won't be doing that tonight. I'll probably get it to you guys tomorrow. But no, like Laura Sullivan, you're in the Inspiration Hive, and anybody else who's got access. I think Donna, you might be in the Inspiration Hive too. Anybody who has the Inspiration Hive access, this tutorial was put in there before I went to bed last night too. So if you have any questions or need help with anything, if you're ever missing any pieces or you need help figuring things out, let me know. I do have a list of people who I owe 2 envelopes to, and I know Lisa Mulice, I put your 2 envelopes in your package I had mailed out today, so I got yours buttoned up, but I think there's about 8 more people I need to send 2 more envelopes to. So I'll be live again on Monday at 1 p.m. I will be doing the last class of the month, which is the ink, paper, scissors. The reason class is at 1 is it's my dad's birthday on Monday, and we're having dinner with him on Monday night. Super excited. He's turning 77, and so we're excited to celebrate with him, and my mom's making dinner, and so the family's going to be home for that. So I'll be live at 1 o'clock Central. Okay, think that's what I got. It's not in the, oh, Diane Bogenhagen says it's not in the Inspiration Hive. That means I never hit the save button. I staged it and never hit save, save, save. That is really good to know, Diane. So, Diane, what I'm gonna do for you, because I know you really need this tutorial, I'm hitting my forward button on it right now. It's in your inbox, okay? So it's gonna be in your inbox in less than 3 seconds. So that at least you have it for your class tomorrow. So Diane, I'll see you in the morning. Okay, all right, you guys, I'm off. We'll see you later. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We'll see you on Monday. Bye. Oh, it's freezy freezies. Hang on. One moment, please. It's not even going. Oh man, it's like stuck. It really stuck. Okay, so we're done. I can't even put it on to anything else. Okay, and that's